Virtuous Devotional Thoughts for Women, written by Monica Diaz, read by Belinda Sainsbury. Good morning, dear friends. Today, our devotional for November the 15th is entitled Build on the Rock. Blessed are they who hear the word of God and keep it. The Apostle Luke. According to a fable, the animals of the forest had lost their king, so they gathered to choose a new animal as their leader. There were several suggestions, but finally the owl, whom most perceived as a wise animal, received the vote of all except the fox. The fox had explained that it was not a good idea to have the owl as king because he could not see properly in the light of day. However, not only was this comment ignored, but the fox himself was silenced and marginalized. Delighted with their new king, all the animals except the fox went to visit the owl to give him the news that he had been chosen king. The owl was very happy. Then, to begin his leadership, they asked him to lead them on a walk. So, they were led by the owl through valleys and mountains until they reached a road. Then, the owl stood in the middle of the asphalt and told everyone to follow him. The other animals were a bit confused, but they continued to defer authority to him because everyone knew that the owl is a very wise animal. They decided to also follow him down the middle of the road. Suddenly, a truck came out at high speed and it ran them over, and they all died, all except the fox, who, while watching the disastrous consequences from a distance, kept saying over and over again, "I told you, the owl did not see properly in the light of day, but you did not listen." To what voices have you granted authority over your decisions? How many times do you cease to listen to the clear word of God, to allow yourself to be led by blind leading the blind? Is the gospel so countercultural to you that you think it wise and more sensible to be led by your own conclusions or the reasoning of someone you admire? Sometimes we behave like the children of Israel in ancient times, who refused to heed, shrugged their shoulders, and stopped their ears so that they could not hear. Yes, they made their hearts like flint, refusing to hear the law and the words which the Lord of hosts had sent. Zechariah 7:11 and 12. And it had disastrous consequences. Whoever gives heed to instruction prospers. Proverbs 16:20. So then, let's pay heed to it and obey it, even if by doing so we are marginalized, silenced, or ignored. It's the only way to build on the rock, which is Jesus. He will lead us down the good path to the best destination, preventing us from having terrible accidents. So then, anyone who hears these words of mine and obeys them is like a wise man who built his house on rock. Matthew chapter 7 verse 24.